Alright guys, today's video I want to get into a problem I had with the fuel filters on my 560. Way back in the summer I had said that it wasn't quite running right, and I didn't change the fuel filters yet. And I was going to show you the old filters to show you how blocked up they were, and I already burned them. So I can't show you the filters, but I had a problem when I was changing the fuel filters on this tractor, and I can get into that real quick here. I was going to do a repair video today to show you this. It's going to have to wait for another day. I don't quite have all the parts I need, so I'll show you that too. But anyway, on a 560 diesel, you're going to have two fuel filters here on the right side of the tractor. They're going to be a canister type of filter. Takes a cartridge like this. And if you guys need to know the number, I use Fleet Guard FF134. The old filters that I pulled out of this tractor, these holes here in the paper cartridge, you couldn't even see them. It was just black tar. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm thinking this tractor sat outside for probably the last 15-20 years. Maybe got some water in there. Maybe fuel filters weren't changed as often. But anyway, so changing fuel filters on this tractor are very simple. There's a glass bowl in here with a shut off. You can shut it off, and I think there's a drain. Yeah, there's drains on the bottom here. It's just a little, see if I can show it right there. You can drain the canisters, the cartridge, or the canisters you can drain completely empty, and then you take this bolt out to change the filter. But, and you can see I have this zip tied here. From all that water and corrosion, I'm gonna have to cut that. Hang on a second, just because I want to show you here. Let's get a cutter here. From all the water and corrosion and gunk and everything that was in here, this broke. And when you change your filters, you want to take this bolt out and this top comes off. I'll show you that here in a second. I have these zip ties just to hold it on till I get it repaired. But from all that corrosion and water that was in here, it broke this base right off. As you can see, it's just a canister that your filters are going to sit in, and then normally what it should look like, this standpipe here is going to be right there. That's what your bolts to, and then you'll have another base that's going to go on your the top side, and a spring. The lid is spring loaded, so it wasn't much pressure, wasn't much force. When I went to take this apart, I basically just put the wrench on, turned it, and crack, it just came right apart. When I pulled it apart, that bottom was filled with water, and it was filled with all that black sludge. And if you look at this close, it had pretty much corrosion on it, and it broke. So it still runs. I have it running on one fuel filter, and you can do that very simple. You just take your hose and run it right to this filter, and totally bypass this one. So I got used a brand new canister, or a used canister. Has the part for the top for the bleeder, and it has the inlet, and you can see it's even marked inlet. The problem I'm having, this here hole is for the drain, and then that's your outlet on the bottom. The problem I'm having is these here are a little bit different, these two canisters. They're not quite the same. Reason I say that, you see this has male threads on the bottom. And the reason this side has the male threads is there's an elbow that your filter goes to your injection pump. On this one, it is female threads that are needed, because there's an elbow that goes, the way this runs, it comes out of your fuel bowl into this one. through this one, out the bottom, over to this one, goes into this one, out the bottom, and then to your injection pump finally. So like I said, the problem I'm having is this one here is set up with female threads and an elbow. The elbow has the male threads that's supposed to thread into this. So I'm gonna have to try to find an adapter to make this one work in place of this one, and of course I'm gonna have to paint it. So changing these filters, it's very simple. Like I said, you shut your fuel off at the bowl, drain it out, then you will, let me get it over here, stick your new cartridge in, put your cap back on. There's an O-ring that goes in here to seal. Put your O-ring on, tighten it down, don't over tighten it. Then once you have your filters changed and the caps are back on, turn your fuel back on. And then these here are bleeders. Open them both. This one will fill up first, and then as the fuel gravity will flow, the fuel will flow through gravity. Fill this one to your injection pump. And if you do it right, there's no bleeding required. And sun just went behind the clouds here. So basically that's where we're at with this project. I can't go any further until I get that elbow. As far as the canisters themselves, how they're attached to the tractor, there's a band here, and there's 2 bolts that bolt to the side of the engine, the head. So just a quick overview on the fuel filter system on a 560, and like I say, this will apply to any D282 international diesel engine. Like I say, there's no way I was going to prevent this. It was just that brittle from sitting full of water for so long. But it will run on one. You can run on one filter, and this side was working. So I'm going to get an adapter. Get an adapter to use that other elbow and transfer everything over that has to be in this one. And like I said, we're going to paint it international red and put it on. So we'll be back to 2 fuel filters. So yeah, just a quick video here today. Quick overview. The next clip you're going to see, I'm just doing a basic winterization on the foam marker on the sprayer because it's getting pretty chilly. So that'll be coming up next. Hey guys, well, the Farming Life had done a video on winterizing the sprayer. Basically, we got the same thing going on here. I'm not going to winterize the sprayer itself yet. I don't think it's going to freeze in here right away. But I do want to do the foam marker. Just on account of there's a lot less liquid in the foam marker. Be a little bit easier to freeze in that pump and stuff. But basically same deal. I dumped the foam marker solution out, put RV antifreeze in, and I'm just running it through. The sprayer's still about half full of 2,4-D for this fall. Supposed to get down to 32 degrees tonight, but like I say, sitting in here in the building, I don't think we're gonna get frost right away. And looking at the long-term forecast, I don't see any chances for it to freeze probably till the corn is off. So I'm not gonna winterize the sprayer, but I just spent a pretty good pile of money on this foam marker, and I don't want it to freeze just in case. Now, if we get weather down in the 20s, then yeah, we're gonna have some issues with freezing. So yeah, just basically running RV through the foam marker system. So we should be good to go there now.